I'm Doug Oster.
I'm Larry Patchel.
And I've got the tallest Dawn Redwood in Pittsburgh. I'm going to introduce you to somebody that's going to settle this.
I'm glad.
Come on. I'm here with Dick Till, Assistant Manager for Davey Tree, and he's going to settle this dispute once and for all. Dick, how are you?
Good.
You're a certified arborist, right?
Right.
You're going to tell us how tall this tree is. Tell me a little bit about how you do that with just this little yardstick-like device.
Okay. Well, this is called a merit hypsometer, and these have been around for hundreds, or 100 years anyway.
This one looks like it's been around for about 100 years.
Well, I haven't been out of college that long. You have to stand 66 feet away from the base of the tree, and this measures 16-foot logs, and it's efficient. It's been around for a long time.
If you were a home gardener, would you get one of these, or how would you figure it out, or could you have to have this tool?
You can make one of these very simple. You can just use one for a template and measure it and mark it off, and anyone can make one.
And how do you determine exactly 66 feet away from this? Are you going to measure that, or do you just kind of pace it off, or how do we know?
Yeah, well, I've been doing it for so long. That's one of the first things you learn in school, how long your pace is, so you can measure 66 feet. If you're just starting out, it's good to use a tape measure to be as accurate as you can, but I've done it for a long time. So.
Do you have a number in your head when you look at a tree beforehand, how tall this is going to be, or
yeah,
how tall is it going to be before you even measure it?
I'm guessing around 75 feet.
And what's it going to cost me to make sure that mine's a little taller?
I knew there'd be politics in this.
Let's walk our 66 feet, or actually we'll watch you walk the 66 feet. Do you have to start right from this base?
Yeah, right at the base of the tree, and try to make it in as straight of a line as possible.
All right, it's going to be interesting.
All right. Okay, now we're at our 66 feet. You hold your hypsometer up here. The very bottom of it has to be at where the trunk meets the ground there, and keep your arms steady, and then look up to the very top where you see the numbers at the top here. That number 5 means that's 80 feet, and you're about 5 feet taller than that. You're about 85 feet here.
All right. I don't know about that, Larry. 85 is pretty tall.
I hope he's accurate.
So let me see the tool again.
Here, you're supposed to hold it 25 inches away from your nose.
This one indicates what?
That's one log.
Okay, and each log is 16 feet. Okay, right. I understand.
You can hold it, you can do it yourself there.
And where should I place the one?
Doesn't really matter, just put your hand up like this so you can see.
Right there.
Now the bottom of this has to be right at the stump, at the bottom of the stump there. And then just keep your face steady and look your eyes up there.
All right. And we've got 5 logs, and 5 times 16 is what, Larry? Quick.
Well, don't ask me.
Oh, that's interesting. What a great tool. You know, we got a lot of calls from people wondering all sorts of problems with their tree, and I always tell them, you've got to reach a certified arborist. You've got to have a certified arborist come out. How does that work? Somebody calls Davey Tree, and they say that they have a tree problem. They alert you to it.
Right.
First off, what does it cost for you to come out?
It's for free. The inspections are for free. The estimates are for free. Main thing, just get us on the property. And if you're too busy and you're working all day long, I can come out and take a look, and then I'll leave it on your door, give you a phone call. A lot of times, though, it is nicer if we can meet in person. Then you can point and discuss, and if you have any questions right on the spot, they can be answered right there.
Is there a most common problem that you see, or is everyone different?
They're all different. Every species has its own diseases and its own insects. And it just depends where they're growing. They could be more susceptible to problems. Each tree has its own separate problems.
All right, we figured out how tall this one is. Now we're going to head north from Turtle Creek to Ross Township, where my Dawn Redwood is, and I got a feeling I'm going to lose this, but we'll see.
I'm glad he's finally admitting it.
How long has it been, Larry? How long have we been talking about this?
Oh, 7, 10 years.
Yeah. Let's head up north and we'll figure this out.
Sounds good.
All right, guys, there it is.
All right.
What do you think? What do you think, Larry?
It's a skinny looking thing. That's all I can say. It's malnourished.
Do you think you can get back far enough to?
Oh yeah, we can measure this.
You got a level spot to measure too.
Yeah.
All right,
Larry.
It's pretty tall. It's a skinny looking thing.
Doesn't get any sun. You ready to pace it off?
Here we go.
Why couldn't we done this yesterday when it was 50 degrees? Why did we pick today?
Almost to the edge of the woods here.
Looks pretty tall.
Okay. Here we go. We're at our 66 feet. And we're at the bottom here. Uh-oh, you got your beat, Larry.
Yes!
Yes! Yes! You know, I've been hoodwinked. He made me say that the tallest tree in Pittsburgh, not the biggest tree in Pittsburgh. My tree is twice as big as that tree. He hasn't settled this thing yet.
How tall?
I don't know. He got you by about 20 feet there.
20 feet.
Wow.
Tall, skinny,
Yeah.
weakling.
All right, don't be a sore loser.
I'm not a loser.
Well, we've determined mine's taller.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll go over. We have statistics on
yours is bigger, mine is taller.
Okay, that's right.
All right, fair enough?
Yes. How you were growing tomatoes?
They still grow.
They still grow. Well,
Yep, even in the shade of that Don Redwood.
well, gardeners usually have a challenge in tomatoes. There's not very often you get a challenge in trees, but it was fun.
All right, Dick, thanks so much for
Okay.
coming out for measuring,
Sure
teaching
thing.
us how to do it.
Sure
Thank
thing.
you very
Nice
much.
meeting.
Larry, thanks for being such a humble loser.
Oh yeah, I'm a good loser. That's right.
You guys go in and get warm. We're gonna finish up out here.
All right.
Thanks so
you.
much.
All right.
Well, Larry and I have been arguing about that tree for, I don't know, a long time, and this certainly is not the tallest Don Redwood in Pittsburgh, but it was a fun little thing the two of us could do. You know, meeting people like Dick and Larry throughout the years is a great thing, one of the fun parts of my job. Now, if you want to build your own tool to measure trees, I'll show you how. Log on to www.post-gazette.com/homes and click on the gardening forum button. Everything's there. Yesterday it was 50. Today with the wind chill, I figure we're about 20 degrees, so that's a winner. I'll see you next week.
No, that's a skinny old thing. You have to agree it's a skinny old, tall, slender tree. Heck, my tomato stakes are that high.